So here in India, we seem to witness somewhat of an even fight between the now Theravada Sikh nation and the Hindu faith. So I'm actually kind of interested to see who comes out on top here, but I do believe that, you know, the now converted Sikh nation has the upper hand. I just think that they have more troops. I could be wrong, and you know, it always matters, you know, how you move your troops around, how you organize them, because we did see the huge and powerful Nahuatl army being somewhat fooled by the Californians. So yeah, you know, having a big army doesn't really mean everything. Other than that, we have a huge war going on in Europe, but this one is not as fair as the one going on in India, because it's the Waldensians fighting, a tag team of the Fraticelli and the Reformed, and they did lose the last war, a one-on-one war against the Fraticelli, so it's only obvious that they're going to have to lose this one now that the Reformed are in it as well. However, this is a war that the Reformed have declared for some of their claims. In fact, they have no claims. That's so weird. They declared a war on the Waldensians without a claim, so we might see quite, we might see provinces given back to the Protestants. After all, the Reformed are protecting the Protestant independence, so we will see. We will see. Now, we should mention that the Protestants are a duchy, right? They are still ruled by the Luther dynasty. So maybe the Reformed want to take them over in a personal union. That is possible. After all, they're both Christian, and they are both not theocracies. So that we could see a personal union here. I think it's highly unlikely, especially because they still have different dynasties and no royal marriage. But it could be possible. Maybe that's what the Reformed are thinking. Or maybe they just want to help out the Protestants. After all, they are kind of in the same boat. They both rebelled in a way against the Catholics. Even though that is only what happened in history. In this game, they have never had anything to do with the Catholics at all. But yeah, speaking of the Catholics, it's nice to see that they are finally colonizing a little bit more here in, in this northwestern Iberian area. That's really good to see. And the Papal State, obviously, here in Morocco, because that's where the Papal State is. Haha, they are having a lot of fun down here. And I think, no, that's it. That's it. The Papal State do control the Canaries. Yes, of course. Yeah, so I believe that the Catholics, now with the addition of Catholic Louisiana, have the most nations in the world fighting for their religion. They have topped the Sunni. I guess we could check that, but as I said, I don't really want to check out the ledgers just yet, but this is just what I'm assuming. Okay, so the Reformed are taking on the Waldensian capital, whereas the Fraticelli are just running around doing nothing really all that useful. Okay, that's always nice to see. But the good thing about the Fraticelli, they're still in this alliance. They're still allied to the Bogomilists to the south. The Slavs are broken. The Cathars are not really interested in this whole Italian region. And yeah, to the north they only have the Waldensians to deal with, and having the Reformed as their ally puts them in an, just absolutely amazing position. So they're definitely doing well. But I still think that if we give a separate award for like diplomacy, then the Bogomilists should get that. I mean, I'm just amazed at their diplomatic game. It's just amazing. Yeah, I'm amazed, and it is amazing. That's that. Okay, now look at that. So the Iconoclasts are at war with the Bogomilists. Never mind. The Monophysites are at war with the Bogomilists and the Iconoclasts, and we finally see the Kharijites. Yes, I wanted them to go to war for such a long time, and they did declare war on the Copts. Actually, you know what? Maybe the Copts declared that war. Let me quickly check this out, because I'm not entirely sure. The Copts declared this war, yes, because otherwise I think the Bogomilists would have joined in. So yeah, this is probably the end of the Monophysites, and maybe the Paulicians as well. I don't really know. No, there's no claims on their lands, so we might see the Yerevan, the fifth holy site for the Copts, in the hands of their ally of the Bogomilist faith. So maybe they just want to, maybe the Bogomilists want to weaken the Copts in a way that they take this holy site away from them, so that the Copts would have to go against them. I think at this very moment, the Copts have other things to deal with. They're actually winning against the Kharijites by quite a lot. Wow, 31%? They must have just rolled them over. They still control their capital, and there's a big naval battle that the Kharijites are actually winning. With half the ships, they're winning this naval engagement. Wow, why is that? I'm not entirely sure, but maybe it's because the Copts only had transport ships? I cannot say for sure. Their army has, or their navy has disappeared now, so I'm not entirely sure. They have, yeah, 50 transports. Whereas, well, the Kharijites also have a lot of transports. That's a little bit mysterious. But the Kharijites are finally fighting back. They still have the smaller army. Yeah, I think they still have by far the smaller army. And the Jews are not interested in helping out the Kharijites. I think this would be a nice alliance to bring down the Copts. But yeah, the people do not seem to be all that interested. Okay, so Waldensians are defeated. Let's have a quick look at India again, because this is the even fight, and I think it was so even that it just ended in a white piece. Yeah, that must have been a white piece, most likely. So yeah, that's good to see. Anything else that's particularly interesting? We have the Norse against the Reformed now, and it looks as though the Fraticelli did not keep their alliance. It looks as though, yeah, they must have broken this alliance. They're now allied. Oh, they're allied to the Iconoclast and the Bogomilist. Yeah, it is a better alliance. They did obviously help the Reformed in their war against the Waldensians, so maybe they're just sick of fighting. So that's that. And if the Norse go over, they get at war with the Reformed, so they probably want Westlandet over here. Yeah, I could imagine. I would want to kick out all of these guys out of Scandinavia. Protestants should be next. I mean, they could have kicked out the Lollards, but they kind of failed that. Too bad for them. Alright, they did take a lot of lands from the Romuvans in the last episode. I did see it, but I couldn't really mention it. Other than that, we have still the Zunist Crusade against the Terror. Actually, I'm not sure if that is still the same war that we saw before. You're fighting against the Theravada. Okay. Well, I don't really think there's too much going on. Maybe they're fighting in Korea. Yeah, I guess they're just... It's a war over this one province here in Korea, which is actually currently controlled by peasants. Oh man. Alright, and finally the Shinto have decided to actually colonize this province here. Thank you so much, because this was just bugging me. This was kept uncolonized for whatever reason, but finally we have someone dealing with it. Okay, still we have these two provinces also not colonized. It annoys me so much. Okay, and there are Romuvan separatists in the Norse lands. The Norse, you know what? They look more powerful than they actually are, I think. They are not at all strong. So, they can fall apart easily. They're lucky that they don't have any strong neighbors. The Slavs are weak, the Suomenusko are weak, and so are obviously the Orthodox and the Romuvans. But other than that, you know, if they had an actual powerful neighbor, they could get wrecked. Yeah, it seems as though the Waldensians had to give in. I'm not sure how much. They had to give up 3 provinces to the Fraticelli, and it looks like 5 to the Reformed. Okay, yep. But they are still looking healthy, that's the thing. The Waldensians, after their, you know, conquest spree against the Protestants and the Slavs, they've gathered so much development that they are still healthy. They can defend themselves. And okay, so there's Norse against Reformed. Good that they pulled ahead out of this war before they, you know, really got dirty, because now they at least made some progress here. Okay, the Catholics continuing to colonize here. I love it. Finally they're building up somewhat of a power base, so they should at least be able to keep control over Catholic Louisiana. And you have an alliance that is still Haiti? Haiti and the Papal State. Of course, you are allied to the Papal State. Who else would you be allied to? The Catholic faith and the Papal State standing strong. Okay, the Kharijites have not given up. They are... Oh, they're winning against the Copts now. They have beaten them back. I guess this will change now. Alright, that's good to see. Because I don't want them to be such a pushover. That would be very sad. Other than that, the Suomenusko against Romuvans. Okay, yeah, that's like 2 kids. That's like kids playing, because they're both weak. But okay. Other than that is that. Yeah. The motive. Oh, so the Paulicians are out of this war. Okay. They've been pieced out, and now it's the Monophysites. So it has to be that Yerevan is gonna get taken over by the Bogomilist. It will happen. And we might even see Bogomilist Anatolia, you know, getting a border with the Zoroastrians. Not really sure if that would be a good idea for the Bogomilists. Other than that, we have, Zoroastrians against the Sikh, fighting, okay, and the Zunists still at war with the Theravada. They're actually winning that war. Wow, many more wars. The Totemists declared their first war, yes! We're definitely gonna have to check that out. And the Nahuatl against the Inti. Now this is also really big, but this is what I kind of expected. However, this war might actually come a little bit too early for the Inti, because they do not yet have taken over all of Lollard Columbia. So they're gonna have some trouble. Look at this. Yeah, they're stuck. 80,000 men that are basically stuck behind Lollard Columbia. They're not going to get military access here, I don't think. So they're going to get absolutely slaughtered by the Nahuatl. Look how many men they have pouring in. That's insane. So they're at least going to lose these provinces. I cannot see them hold on to this. And here we see the Totemists go after the new Reformed faith. Now, they do have an army. But look how many men are being built and just swarming in. This is a... Oh my god. I'm so happy to see this. This is great. I've been waiting for this. I've been wanting to see this such a long time, and now we can see it. Oh my god, glorious. So 45,000 men. The new Reformed faith, they're kind of on the fence, you know, deciding what they want to do. You also see the Protestants up here. Oh, interesting. They want to grab themselves some Canada. All right, there's a big battle. Okay, but the Totemists won. Yeah, unless the Reformed bring over troops, this has to go to the Totemists, and even if they do, I still would give this victory to the Totemists here, because they're simply closer to their home. They're just gonna kick some major butt. But I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. Now the only question is this an imperialist war that they declared against the Overlord? Because then they at least have some ticking war score on their side. So let me quickly check that out. You won 2 wars. You're losing against the Norse, and oh, you have the war score. Roanoke. Oh, but he did at least declare a new Reformed imperialist war. So as soon as Roanoke, which is over here, falls, the Totemists will get ticking war score. They can take all kinds of provinces. Yes, nice. So now we only have to check out the Fetishists, and the Fetishists still do not have a port. Still do not have a port. What the hell are you doing? But at least they will border the Lollards relatively soon. Seriously, they seem to be afraid to go after a port. They are just so isolationist. They don't want anything to do with anyone. But that's okay. West Indies taking hold of Venezuela. Good for them. And yeah, so as I promised, or as I thought, these colonies are being taken over by the Nahuatl. They did destroy this one, which was kind of stupid, but okay. They're now blockading these provinces here. Yeah, they definitely have the upper hand in this war. Okay, so new Reformed are getting their ass handed to them. What else have we got going on? The Copts still against the Kharijites. This time they have turned it around again. So this is a really interesting war, actually. I wonder why is Dana the capital? The war goal? Yeah, it is. Oh, okay, so that explains a lot. And the Kharijites are not being particularly successful in fighting here. Oh, they did win the battle, but it's mostly they lost more troops and the Copts ran away and they took 2 provinces. That was to be expected. It's not a big deal. The Kharijites didn't really lose too much, but it was kind of, yeah, it kind of showed who's the boss here. And the Copts are certainly looking extremely powerful. Bogomilist still fighting there. That's nice. And the Reformed are holding their own against the Norse. Yeah, even look at this. The new Reformed Navy is here helping out their overlord. That's how it's meant to be. The Catholics have done it wrong. Okay, the Mahayana and the Vajrayana against the Confucians. Okay, now Nahuatl still against the Inti. They're actually losing this, interestingly enough. Zoroastrian against the Sikh and the Zunis against the Theravada are winning quite a bit now. Alright. Okay, as soon as Crusade, so that means that's just battles. Alright. So the Tengri against the... so the Confucians are in 2 wars, I see. So the Confucians are probably gonna get destroyed here. I don't see them pull ahead of this. I mean, they're probably gonna have to give up these provinces to the Mahayana. And then, yeah, quite some stuff to the Tengri as well. Oh, you know what? I didn't notice. I thought when the Shinto won this war that they only took Manchurian Theravada provinces, but they also took one province from the Confucians. And the Zunists took some. They took Korea. That was expected. That was expected. They also took some provinces here in Manchuria, and that was it. Okay. So the Zunists basically, the Zunists basically, that was a colonial war they declared, and they were successful. Yeah. So this is actually just one province. They only got 2 provinces out of this, I think. Okay, Vajrayani, look at this. This is a paper army, just getting absolutely destroyed by the Confucians. Still, though, they bring numbers and they distract. And the Mahayani are in the currently just besieging all of the provinces that they want to have, so they should win this. Yeah, the Tengri are winning this first. Okay. Anything else? The Reformed are still fighting the... Totem is actually doing a good job. Still, because they have Roanoke. Okay. Other than that, Zoroastrians against the Sikh. Well, who's winning this? The Zoroastrians are winning this. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, because they have... For a moment, I thought this was occupied by the Sikh. But yeah, the Zoroastrians I definitely have this under control. Okay, no doubt about that. Definitely. Alright, so, and yeah, Yerevan is in the hands of the Bogomilists now. They took even Erzurum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 provinces. So that means the Copts would have to go to war against their longtime ally, the Bogomilists, in order to get their last blessing. So I don't think we're gonna see that. I don't think that we will see that at all. The Yazidi, interestingly enough, have grown more powerful in the recent wars. First they got this one province, now this one. Good for them. Good for them, certainly. Anything else that we should check out? Yeah, where do I want to... I think I want to check out the Totemists. Just because they have not been at war for, for such a long time. Wow, 150,000 men. Another 35,000. And another 40,000. What the... Wow. So many men. It's insane. Okay, they just squished the new reformed army. You should really take Roanoke, though. Because that is your war goal. So maybe just one army, one of your many armies. Okay, they're now carpet sieging. You should really take that though. Alright. Yeah, Nahuatl, you're just waiting and losing war score. I don't even know why. Maybe was it imperialist? That would explain it. Yes. Alright, so that was bad on your part. Alright. So that's nice. We have the Confucians and the Reformed both in 2 wars. We have now the Slavs. Oh, look at that. Look who allied themselves. So we have the Waldensians and the Slavs. Actually, no. Oh yeah, so the Slavs are at war with the Fraticelli, Iconoclasts, and Bogomilists. And the Waldensians decided to actually guarantee their independence. I'm assuming this is because they don't want the Fraticelli to, to get any stronger in this region. So they kind of want to stop their advance. And so they decided to help them out. Not really sure if that was a smart idea. They do have this... No, they have 25... Military Tech 25, just like the Fraticelli. Okay, but you have no more allies. Oh, well, you never did, actually. Alright, so you're losing this. Yeah, you are losing this. That was to be expected. Not really smart. I would have just let the Slavs die. But okay. The Reformed are still fighting against the Norse. They're doing a good job. So many wars. Zoroastrian Sikhs still going on. Tengri confusion is going to come to an end relatively soon. Mazdaki reconquest of Kabul against the Sikh. Yeah, now that they're weak, you decided to go to war because that's your chance to get some provinces back. Alright, very interesting things going on, but we will have to check them out in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.